Hello, welcome back. I wanted to come on and go through some of my recent pickups here, and I want to get right into it. So the first four that we're going to go through all came via a friend who dad dropped off a vinyl collection and asked if I wanted to go through it, and I said yeah, definitely. And I found these four Talking Heads records. Remain in Light, my favorite Talking Heads record. Speaking in Tongues, a great Talking Heads record. All of these are, pretty good. The vinyl is really good, VG plus on most of them, and some wear on the covers, but nothing too crazy. Talking Heads 77. Great one. And Fear of Music. I was really happy to get like all of these in one shot because I've been meaning to pick them up for a while and just have never, I don't see them out a ton when I'm out in the shop. So this was great. This is my personal favorite Talking Heads record. This one sounds great, produced by Brian Eno. I am reading Brian Eno's Year of Diaries currently, and just want to say that he has a much more interesting life than I do. I highly recommend that book if you have never read it. All right, next one up is Circles Around the Sun. This is the last studio record from Cats before Neil Casal unfortunately left us. This one is dancey and fun and really well produced. I saw Neil Casal. I was really fortunate to see him a lot with Chris Robinson Brotherhood as well as Cats. And the last time I saw him was 2019 June at the Beachland Ballroom in Cleveland. And I remember leaving that show thinking that I had just witnessed sort of the next evolution in the sort of instrumental jam scene, because it was so original yet steeped into something that was familiar to people, but it was really good and it translated live really well. And it was the first thing, I think, since Fish that I thought that it had a real chance of being a hugely successful thing. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, but really happy to have this music. Great record, great band. The next two here have a funny story attached to them. This is Dr. John Destitutively Bonnaroo. Look at this cover. This is like, has lots of silver foil on it and looks really great. This is on the Atco label. This one and the Gracella Oliphant Quartet, the Grassroots. These were on my local Craigslist for probably 2 years. And it was a combination of seeing somebody post this record and me being curious and just like not being able to handle seeing them anymore. So I messaged the guy and got a deal for both of them. This is a really great record. This is on a Promo Atlantic label. I was really happy to get this. This is a great sounding record. I really love this one. I'd never heard it before. Great one. Obviously, Dr. John. You can never go wrong. This is a classic album, one of his best. Fantastic stuff. I've really been enjoying Donald Byrd's work lately. This is Ethiopian Nights. This is the Blue Note 80 edition. I would definitely, recommend this to anybody who is a fan of Bitches Brew. There's lots of similar vibes on this one. Spaced out roads, delayed trumpeted lines. There's only 3 tracks. 2 of them are 15 plus minutes. I really love his 70s stuff. This is a great choice of a reissue, and I was happy to pick it up. Ethiopian Nights, Donald Byrd, great stuff. Modern Lore, Julian Lage, one of my favorite guitar players alive, and one of my favorite jazz musicians. He is a phenomenal player. I would, can't recommend enough that when concerts are a thing again, to seek out Julian's shows. It is worth a drive, even if he is not in your city. This record is the follow-up to Arclight. What makes this one sort of a lot sonically different than Arclight is that one was really him using a Telecaster into a small Champ, Fender Champ amp, brown face. And this is, I believe, him using a Gretsch Duo Jet into a silver face Fender amp. I think there might be some variation in the amps that he used in the studio, but the thing I like the most about Julian is that his guitar playing stays true to himself on any guitar that he plays, yet his sound embodies the sound of the guitar, which is such a hard thing to do. It's, when you get at that level, it's really easy to make every guitar sound the same. And he doesn't do that, and it's really something to behold. Modern lore, Julian Lage. Can't recommend this one enough. Really well produced. Okay, so last but not least, we've got the Fillmore West, February 28th, 1969, Grateful Dead box set. And I have some things I want to say about this. Let me just first show off this cover a little bit. I mean, it's just unreal. I think the art on here is really well done. So I pre-ordered the Dick's Picks 36 the other day when it came out. It was limited to 2,000, and I have had a sort of, I'm a huge Grateful Dead fan, but have never really felt the need to go out and get all of their stuff on vinyl. We all have access to all of the shows at our fingertips through archive and re-listen and all of the various official releases that have been, published over the years. And I have quite a few of their records, but I just, something with the releasing the shows all the time, it never really stood out to me as something I needed because I have so much of the material otherwise. This might be the set that changed my mind. This sounds so unbelievable from a document from 1969, even more so than Live Dead, which is their seminal sort of, live record from 1969. This record sounds unbelievable on vinyl, and I have listened through it once, and I kind of have had an epiphany with listening to it because I'm, like most vinyl records, I'm way more engaged when I'm listening to them, and it doesn't give me a sort of option paralysis when looking through my collection. I know what I have, and I can listen to it, and I don't have to feel like I'm scrolling for a million artists and a million songs and a million albums. I think that's a really big part of vinyl collecting for me, is just having a finite list of options and choosing one and listening the whole way through. And it kind of took shape in listening to this whole show, and that compared with the sound of this, I gotta say, all of the stuff I have from them sounds great, but this one just in particular sounded unbelievable to me. And besides that, it's an amazing performance. I love this period of the Dead. The Dark Star on here is phenomenal, and all of the stuff on here, Pigpen sounds really great. His organ is really high up on the mix on this pressing, and he sounds great. His harmonica sounds great. This is still available, and I would assume that it is going to be out of print eventually. So if you find this around, I would highly recommend this one. Fillmore West, 69. Pick it up. The Dead, you can't go wrong. All right. I'm looking forward to that Dick's Picks one coming next week too. All right, that is all I have for you today. I appreciate you tuning in, and leave a comment down below if you have any sort of input on any of these records I have, or if you have them or like the records as well. All right, take care. Bye.